You can't escape branding in today's modern era of advertisement and marketing.
Logos, colors, names, packaging, website,
and what have you. Organizations are constantly and persistently trying to gain attention. They are constantly trying to tell their audience
that we are here. See us.
Branding. What is branding? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Business Connect. Today in Business Connect, we will be talking about branding. How can you successfully build an effective brand in your business?
My name is Roy, and here on Business Connect, we do videos on entrepreneurship, business development, and social motivation. And once in a while, I share my experience and things happening in and around China. If it's your first time landing on this channel, consider subscribing because you will not regret every second of watching our videos. And if you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much for trusting us. And without wasting much of your time, let's dive straight into branding.
I will be sharing with you 6 distinct points on how to effectively build your brand.
Don't go away, I'll be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's dive straight into branding. The first thing I would like us to talk about is the face. Just imagine that branding is a person. What will the face of your brand be? Here we are talking about the color. We're talking about the name. We're talking about the logo, the appearance. How do you sell out your brand in terms of its color, in terms of its name, in terms of its slogan? These are the most important things that you want to consider when trying to build your brand. What color do you use? Remember, people are very selective when it comes to colors. So when you're choosing a brand color, you have to take into consideration a lot of preferences, a lot of human preferences when it comes to color. Now, what about your name? Is it something that is pleasant? Is it something that is easy to remember by your clients or by your customers? What about a slogan? What does the slogan say? Does it speak right? Does it speak prosperity? Does it speak growth? So remember these things when you're taking into consideration your brand. The color, the name, the size, the packaging. How do people see your brand? These are the things that you need to put into consideration when building your brand. Okay, good. We are done with the face of your brand. Still considering branding or your brand as a human. Now let's look at the voice. What is the voice of your brand? Your voice represents communication through emails, through your social media, through different means of communication with your customers, with your audience. Try as much as possible to have the same tone of communication throughout your different social media communications. Your customers, your audience should always receive a message in the same tone from your different means of communication. So your voice or your means of communication is very important when it comes to building your personal brand or building your brand, your business brand. Take into consideration how you communicate with the people. Now, the third thing about your brand or successfully implementing a brand is the positioning. How do you position yourself in the market? Now, especially in a highly competitive landscape, how do you differentiate your products from others? How do others see your product in terms of its presentation, in terms of its price, in terms of its experience, user's experience? How is it different from others? Remember, you are into business with others. You have competitors. So you have to, from time to time, have a look at your competitors. Look at what they are doing, especially those who are at the same level of operation with you. Because, you know, in business, we have people in different levels of operation, but doing the same business. Try to look at the people who are at least on the same scale of operation with you and ask yourself, what advantage do I have over my competitors? This will greatly help you in trying to position yourself in a more advantageous position in winning the market. The fourth and most important thing in your brand is the promise. What do you promise your audience? What do you promise your customers? What do you promise your consumers? Do they have the same experience when they purchase your goods or when they use your service? Always try to maintain this promise. What do you tell them in your advertisements? What do you tell them when they buy your products? Try as much as possible that they should have the same experience or even a more higher experience when they use your service and when they consume your products. If you maintain the same promise that you gave them during your adverts and during trying to convince them to use your products, then your brand is likely and most likely to succeed. Take note of your brand promise and keep it. The fifth point that we'll talk about as far as your brand or succeeding in your brand is concerned is your audience. Your audience are the key in succeeding in your brand. We always say the customer is the king. So to succeed in your brand or to successfully build a brand, you have to know who your audience is. Who am I selling to? Who am I providing this service to? Your audience cannot be everyone. Your customers cannot be everyone. You cannot sell to everyone. You cannot provide a service to everyone. So you have to identify your audience. Once you know who your audience is, once you know who your customer is, you're able to deal with them because you know what they need and you know how to deliver it to them. So to succeed in building a brand, you need to identify your audience and know how to reach out to them. Okay, now the last but not the least is the story. Now, when we talk about story, what are we talking about here? We mean the experience. When customers, when your service provider, when the people use your products or your service, what story do they have to tell? What impression do they have? That is one of the most important things, like the fuel to your brand. The story of your consumers, the feedback from your consumers is like the fuel to your brand. So if you keep to your promise, if you have a good logo, if you keep your advertisements very convincing, normally you will have a good story to tell at the end. So ladies and gentlemen, you can see that branding is far above just a logo. Branding is not all about a website. Branding goes with your positioning. Branding goes with your audience. Branding goes with the experience. Branding goes far beyond just what people can see, but it goes with the experience after using your product. So ladies and gentlemen, do you agree with all these brand elements I've just shared? Let me know your comments in the comment section below, and if you like this video, don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel because we do interesting videos like this on business development, social motivation, and we also share our experience in China and news in and around China. I will see you in our next video. Peace out and have a nice time.